turn YouTube on. I'm guessing I just have to stop streaming and start again. Would that be right? Yeah. Like turn it on. Yeah. So I'm gonna do it now. I'll quickly just stop and start stream. Let's see what happens. No, YouTube is like pretty like low.
Help is on the way, Maya. Sit tight and just try to stay calm.
Yeah, it's delayed like 100%.
Extreme heat surge. Sprinkler system detected.
If you can trigger the sprinklers, they should be able to put out the flames.
Error has occurred. Please try again.
You gotta put out the flames. I don't know if Maya has any fireproof gear.
YouTube working? Oh, YouTube is working. Yeah. Okay, better turn all that on so I can see. Hi. You need to mute me. Yeah, isn't that good? Just set one stream to the left of you and one stream to the right of you, and you'd be good.
I have to move. Someone's trying to break in.
You have been promoted to group leader.
Oh, I've been promoted to group leader. That means it's going to cost me for a fucking order next time. It should be. Is it on 1080? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, cool. Yeah. See, the problem is with it, like when you do this like multi-stream through restream, is like I think YouTube like prefers you to have like 10,000 like kilobytes or whatever it is, like a bit rate or above. Yeah. But if because you're multi-streaming to Twitch and Twitch only like 6,000. Yeah, you can sort of like go to 8,000 and get 1080p on both. But if you go like higher, I think it fucks Twitch up, and like Twitch drops to like fucking 720 or something like that. Something strange anyway. It's just like, so you've got to like just go like in between like 8,000 kilobits. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, it just means like the YouTube one is like it's just a bit garbage. Yeah. Does it look bad? No, yeah, there's always for some reason it prioritizes Twitch. I don't know why. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's probably just some sort of, I don't know. I'm going to say some safety feature YouTube's got built in, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe just the way it is. I mean, it was. Let's say YouTube was never ever really set up as a streaming channel. Really, was it? It was more like basically upload videos and watch VODs, not live stream. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I heard they are going to release a new motherboard and chip for Oxley. Fucking hell. Oh my god. Please no. Please no. Please no. Hi, Kashi. I like the little companion that heals you and gives you armor. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can see it flying around above my head. When I fuck up, you'll see it kicking. They're pretty fucking nice piece of kit, to be honest with you. Okay, hang on. My time. My turn, should I say, on orders. Let's have a look. I don't know what this one is. I'll let Rebel know as well that I'm on YouTube as well. So he knows. he keeps saying to me all the time, "Well, when are you going to stream? When are you going to stream?" And I'm like, "Oh, stream." Like he said to me on Saturday yesterday, he was like, "Oh, when are you going to stream next?" So I streamed last Sunday. I went, "Did you?" I went, "Yeah, you were in the fucking group." he was like, he was like, "I didn't know. I didn't know." Yeah. Oh, I haven't told you about yesterday. I'll tell you that in a second. It's really funny, actually. Let me just write this message. Let's have a look. Yeah. So he messaged me.
Your goal is a collection of transcripts.
No, 100%. Cashy better than our companions by a mile. I just think it was. I actually think with our companions, it was a dry run. If I'm honest with you, and I think it's a dry run for survivors, because it wouldn't surprise me if the survivors that we have to go and like rescue and extract act the way in which companions act. I might be wrong. It might fucking not. You know what I mean? I might be like way off base with that one. But it would sort of make a bit of sense potentially.
Okay, I'm in. Now to open the cell.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, so I was going to tell you what. So Rebel yesterday. Okay. He messaged me. To put some context to it, yeah, I'd put my feedback on the test server group of what I thought of the latest changes on the test server, and one of the things that I forgot to start the task. Oh fuck! I didn't. Yeah, I did. Shit. My bad. One of the things I put down was about build diversity and that shit. I need to run back. And that like obviously like healer builds, tank builds, stuff like that, skill builds, like they're not like needed. You know what I mean in the game, or they're not strong enough or anything like that. Like they're pretty garbage. So he sent me a message, pretty much saying. Do you want to go on the test server now? I was like, yeah, go on. Then he went, I'll show you the real power of an electrician, because they're called like technicians, electricians. Yeah. So I was like, oh, then. So jumps on the server into a level 7 straight away. He's on. He's running like Seeker Mines and I think it was Mortar Turret or something like that. Seeker Mines weren't too bad actually. They did quite a bit of damage. Mortar Turret was fucking garbage, but he got fucking folded. He just kept getting folded all the time. Right. I must have picked him up 4 or 5 times, and I went, hey, I tell you what, the power of this electrician is like, it's just amazing. You know what I mean? You've really shown me. And he's like fucking sarcasm, blah 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 blah. And he went and did Grand Washington, and we got to the roof. Before we got to the roof, he had a heavy coming at him, and he couldn't kill the heavy. And I was just standing back. I wasn't shooting. You know what I mean? He was like, he's typing in chat, "Save me, save me." I'm like, fucking hell. So then we got to the roof, right? And I was just like, you can fucking clear this yourself. You know, you can just clear the full thing yourself. So, and we got to the boss. Oh mate, the boss fight must have went on for about 10 minutes, right? Because he couldn't fucking kill the boss with his skill build. And I was just typing in chat, and I was like, Kelso's got more chance of killing this boss than you. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm like, the power of the electrician is just awesome. You know what I mean? He's just like, fucking fail, massive fail. I was like, yes. Let me catch up with chat. Okay, Hitman, hi buddy. Hello. Zach the Wolf, Virtuals, do you think Massive will get sold off to a better company? You know what it is? It's sad to say, but I think it will. And I think, obviously, don't be wrong, a lot of it's going to rely on how popular or how well the next set of games do. But I think because they've now divided them into different houses, that would tell me if they ever come to a point where they do need to sell off IP, they can pretty much sell House 1 or House 2 or House 3 or something like that, as almost like a I don't know, a job lot or something. So it's a difficult one. It's just going to be based on success. Obviously, they're not doing themselves any favours at the moment, but it's probably a necessary evil. You know what I mean? It's like you go back a couple of years ago, they had like 20,000 employees or something like that. Now that's a fucking lot of employees for the size of Ubisoft. I'm not saying Ubisoft are small, because by all means they're not. But I would hazard a guess, if you look at like a bigger studio or a more successful studio, like say Electronic Arts, as much as we don't like them, I reckon they probably don't even have anywhere near as many employees as what Ubisoft have. So I think they do need to probably get the house in order, and unfortunately that is going to mean layoffs and it's going to mean studio closes, but some of that's just down to bad management, really, and just maybe those studios should never have been opened in the first place, or they shouldn't have maybe took all those employees on that in the first place. You know, they're spending like 5-6 years, like, I don't know, making Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake, and then like about a month or two before it's due to launch, to cancel the game. You know what I mean? And it's just like, wow, it's like, how much is the write-off on that? Plus all them man hours, all them wages you've paid, all those, the electricity bills, the gas bills, and etc. of all those studios, the whole running cost is not free. You know, and you've literally just cancelled the game, so you've just wrote off that money. And if you want to recoup that money, the only way you're going to recoup is to launch an extremely successful game or games, or you're going to cost cut, aren't you? You know, it's just a shame. But it's good to see like massive turnaround, like Avatar. I mean, I'm not saying Avatar was a cat game, because I never played it, but I don't think I was reading about the reviews and stuff. But it quite clearly is better, or maybe Snowdrop is a better engine for third person as opposed to a first person game, and I think it looks pretty. I mean, it always looked fantastic, and all Snowdrop games generally look fantastic. But I just think, I think in third person, Avatar looks fantastic. I'm certainly going to give it a go. Actually, I'm sure there's a free. Is it like a free week? Not a free weekend, or you can play like so much of it for free at the moment, but I can't remember what it is. So I might. Yeah, I think so. I'm sure I've just seen it, because I'm positive. I'm positive that there's like a free like 5-day trial, or not 5-day, or something like that, or it might be like time limited with hours and stuff. But it might be worth looking at, to be fair, because it does look pretty cool, and like it is stunning to look at, you know.
No more contacts. All clear.
I'm gonna give him the cap too.
In the short term, but to all of us in the long run, you also effectively put this hellhole out of commission.
Let me pick some shit up. Why is Anubis 45? Mate, that Anubis set, right? That's fucking ridiculous, the amount of money that costs. And I mean, like, unbelievably ridiculous. So, in China, when it came out, it was the season pass reward, the Anubis set. Now, the season pass, to buy the season pass in China, is 5,000 premium credits. That's maybe sounds like a lot, but the premium credits work different. So 5,000 premium credits is roughly $8. It's actually less than $8, like $7.70 or something like that. But it's like, let's say $8. And then we get it, and it's like fucking 3,000 premium credits. That's like crazy. That's pretty much like on par with, I think, the Death Roll when that came out, the White Hunter one. I think that was like 3,000. But I don't think there's been many which is like 3,000 credits. Like, it's definitely one of the most expensive ones. Obviously, they made it like exotic, as in like tiered exotic. But not that makes any difference, because it's just a fucking vanity set at the end of the day. Deep Profs in chat. But yeah, I mean, but also the other thing they did in China, which I don't think we've done in our game, is on the outfit itself. So obviously we equip it by equipping the separates. So I'll take this outfit off. So obviously we would equip all the different separates like so. But what they did in China as well, they give you all the separates, and they give you the full outfit, like as an outfit. So if you just want to equip it all, there you go. It's just like a one like outfit to equip, and everything's done. But yeah, But I suppose it's maybe slightly different now game now, because I think don't we have like an equip button where you can equip the full set anyway if you equip one item. I don't think they have that in China, but yeah, it was always handy just to get the full outfit as well at the same time. We go back to my other one. Do you think it's inevitable that Tencent will take over completely eventually, say within the year? I think Ubisoft, like the people who run Ubisoft, like the owner, what's he called, Gilmore or whatever, I think he thinks his company's worth more than what it is. I think it's got something like a market cap at the minute of maybe like 400 million, I'm going to say, as of last week. And like, bear in mind, Tencent put like 1.25 billion into it to only get 25% of Vantage Studios, which only has 3 IPs. Seems rather odd to me, you know. But I think Tencent, they play the long game, don't they? They're just positioning themselves, you know. And will they eventually take it over? They might do, mightn't they? It may well happen. How that will affect things, I don't know. I think when Tencent have owned studios in the past, what I've heard, I don't really know, they've generally sort of like still left them to like have like creative freedom and etc. But I don't know. I know in China, obviously Tencent published The Division in China, and have probably quite a bit of a say over it. And through speaking to Chinese players, just in general, they're not particularly fans of Tencent, just generally because they're like, well, they're like robbing the fucking life out of them, simple as that. But half of them are well, they're their own fault because they keep paying the money as well. You know. Well, there's that as well. No more woke, you know. It's like, when I look at things like the bikini outfit as an example, I know we won't talk about the dinosaur one, but like look at the bikini one, like just that one as an example, which I often wear. Now, obviously, you would never get that in our game. They will never, ever bring that. A lot of that will be down to Ubisoft. A lot of it will be down to the developers, Massive having a say and stuff like that and what they want in the game. And I get that, you know what I mean? Completely, 100% get that. If they want to keep a certain aesthetic, a certain feel, fine. I think they've gone a little bit too far now, but you know, I totally get that. However, other games that have leaned a little bit into it, like your Stellar Blades and stuff like that, etc. I'm sure First Descendant, I might be wrong, not really played the game, they're like leaned into it a lot, and yeah, I suppose it's maybe a little bit sexist, and it's you know, more like eye candy, etc. But yeah, some of it, you can make some of it look cool, you know. The one we got last year, what, they put the mesh over the top, the tactical bikini one. I think you would have got away with that. I think, honestly, if they left it, I think they would have got away with it. It wasn't a bad set. It wasn't like a full bikini. It was just like a bikini top, tactical pants, decent colours, you know. I think it looked all right. I think they were just a bit scared, so they put the mesh over.
They've got an endless supply of threats.
Agent, your route out is going to take you into the DCD research library.
But I do know quite a few females who would be over the moon with getting a bikini set, and I think I know quite a few male people who wouldn't want to see bikini set, which is a bit backwards, but yeah, is what it is. Oh, 100%. Well, sex sells, doesn't it? You know what I mean? It's simple as. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I heard they were restructuring PvP. Yeah, I was watching a Raw Gold video. I think he was talking about it, and I don't know if it was on his stream or one of his videos. And I don't think no one really knows yet. I mean, I wouldn't class DZ as PvP. It's obviously hybrid, isn't it? It's a bit of both. I would say PvP is more like your conflict and stuff. But I think, and irrelevant to what they do, you know, they need to get the sort of like the balance right in PvP. If they want to make it almost like a level playing ground, well, then everyone should have really the same gear. And it should come down to skill. Simple as that, you know. Yeah, sort of a bit like China did. So like in China in Conflict, not in DZ, but in Conflict, what they did, they when you go in there, basically everything, it's at its base values. So yes, you would still get your weapon, you would still get like your weapon talent, and you would still get your chest or backpack talent, etc. But everything is at its lowest possible like base value, and like extra mods and stuff like so. Like with the Chinese legendary weapons, all of the mods of like make it extremely powerful and give you more buffs and things like that. They didn't count. They were like you know what I mean? They were null and void. So everything was just completely at its base. So it was just more down to skill level. But their conflict, I mean, I don't think PvP's ever really taken off over in China. Their conflict mode was always like a time limited event. It was only turned on like through certain weeks of the season and didn't really seem too popular. And what I played of it, there was only really a couple of maps as well, which was like pretty poor. But the maps that were there were actually different than where ours are, which is nice to see, but obviously odd. But from a DZ perspective, it's everything goes in there in China, and like you just get one tapped. Simple as that. So I just don't think it's a thing. But certainly in our game, there's a lot that could do with it. But I suppose they've got to set the non-negotiables out and what they want to try and achieve before they do anything, instead of just fucking, I don't know, just almost like putting the thumb in the air, you know, and just like guessing what people want, and just doing their own thing. Let me catch back up with chat. Let me catch back up. Oh, you want me to inspect? Inspect who? Inspect you. Why? What have you got on? You probably, let me have a look. Inspect you. Let's have a look. What are we looking at? What am I looking at here? You got to fucking negotiate this, I've seen a million times. Oh, his face. Oh, is that what we're looking at now? His face. Yeah. And his appearance. The appearance with his S&M bikini on. Yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, let me catch up with chat anyway. I go into a little tangent, don't I? I sort of like get a little bit lost. Regular conflict, as it is, as a time map. Yeah, it does, as a real tiny map build. But I say in China they only had a couple, and one of the maps was like super small, and I mean like fucking super small. The other one was the Capital Ruins map, but they changed it around, which was interesting to see. So the way around it was actually different, and you couldn't get spawn camped. Well, you probably could get spawn camped, but you couldn't really get mortar spawn camped because you spawned into like a room with a roof on, which was different. Where are we at now, Zach? Do you think realistically we even see D3 at this point? Yeah, I think we will. 28 or 29. I think definitely, 100% definitely. I just can't see that not happening unless something really, really bad happens. Right, Ali, what have you got here? Ali, I don't understand why there is a Chinese version and a Western one. Why don't they join the two? Okay, so my understanding of it is that the reason why there is two is a couple of things. Tencent, sorry, to be able to have a server in China, yeah, for a foreign company is extremely difficult to be able to acquire, okay, to host servers. So Ubisoft are very, very much in with Tencent and have been for a while, and obviously Tencent own servers in China. So for whatever reason, Tencent bought the publishing rights to publish The Division 2 in China on a Chinese server. However, Tencent, in the way in which they are, is obviously they want to make money. They're not really interested in a game which you pay upfront and that's your one-off payment and off you go. They're more interested in the whole live service, pay to win sort of thing, and it's very much a Chinese cultural thing. So what they did is they got Ubisoft Shanghai to basically de-Americanize the game, first of all. So you'll see like no like American flags. So you see these flags here right in front of me. See, they're all like SHD flags. Everywhere you look, they'll all be SHD flags and stuff. They changed the name of like different missions, so like they sound like Chinese and etc. etc. If you go to things like Lincoln Memorial, like Lincoln is not there; it's just an empty seat, etc. So they spent a lot of time like I won't say de-Americanizing the whole thing, as well as obviously localization stuff. And then they implemented different mechanics. I won't say mechanics, different things in the game to how hours work, so they can monetize it more. I know. So you obviously have things like your modules, which is good actually. You have things like your guardians, again, which we don't have. You've got things like the motherboard and chip system, which again is good and bad, to be honest with you, and it is monetized in lots of ways, as well as the biggest monetization, your legendary class of weapons that they introduced in the game. They added more attributes, they changed a few things around. The damage calculation is, I think, is roughly the same, but lowered a lot of amounts. So like your base damage on weapons is like really, really low compared to ours, but you can offset that by higher attributes and motherboard chips, modules and things, which make things like super strong. So that's generally the reason why they did it. And well, I suppose the simple answer, the reason why they did it is money. Money, as simple as that. Yeah, they want to make money. And Chinese culture is very much around the pay-to-win sort of game. That's what they're like used to, if that makes sense. I know it sounds like stupid, but it's the sort of thing, that's how they were brought up, you know, how games work. So, yeah. And a lot of these guys, I mean, these guys I'm with here, like, some of these guys are like the top guys. So, if I look at Rebel as an example, this guy here is probably, the Prof will probably argue differently, but he's probably the #1 player in China. Certainly around, not so not around ability, but certainly around money spent in the game. I don't know whether he would be favourable of me letting everyone in stream know, but this guy spent in excess of $30,000 in this game, which is just a mind-blowing, phenomenal amount of money, you know. And he's not like the only one, if you know what I mean. He's not. It's not like he's like an exception to the rule. There are lots and lots of players who spent a lot of money in this game. Much more than we would ever spend in our game on season passes and outfits, you know. Ooh. Well, there's my Guardian propped. We were talking about that earlier on. I just got fucking raped. Yeah, no bother. How you explained it well. It was like that was just me off the cuff and not really thinking about it. But that's roughly the crux of it, to be fair. Hey, I've got 25 people watching me on YouTube. Happy days.
Eleanor? Your mom sent us to bring
Especially I'm someone who doesn't really stream or anything like that.
Who are you? What's going on?
She's in shock. I'll bring her down when she's
No, it was the truth, was it? Okay, yeah, there you go then. The prof knows more than I do. Off we go. Yes, you can. You can Spanner. Yes, you can upgrade gear mods, which is it's a really good system actually. Like, forget about like the attribute numbers that this game gives you, like damage to armor, damage to towers out of cover, and stuff like that, and the percentage values. The actual system is actually a very, very good system. I've explained this a few times before, but you know, that's your mod system. Yeah, so every piece of gear has like 3 mods, so you're not plugging them into the gear itself, you've got your own separate screen for it. And the way in which it's set up, it always makes the mods that you farm or you see on the ground, they're all valuable and they're valuable all the time. Whereas currently in our game, you know, you would, I don't know, you get your 12.5% or your 12% crit damage mod, etc., and that's you set, or you've got like 3 of them. Other mods that drop, you know, doesn't matter what value they are, you just delete because you're not interested, you don't need them. Whereas in this game, even the highest players, like the guy I'm with at the moment, Rebel, etc., they're still valuable to him. Continue, yes, they're still valuable to him. So the system itself, the way it works, again, I've explained it quite a few times, but I will do it again. Try and make something what I've got, which is simple. So here we go. Here's an easy one for you. So this here is the damage to tags out of cover mod. Forget what the mod is. It doesn't really make no difference. I'm just going to show you how it works. So on this right hand side here, you see the number 2. That means it's a level 2 mod. Okay. And on the left hand side, you can see the number 7. And that basically means I've got 7 level 2 mods. Now, I only need 3 level 2 mods to create another level 3. Okay. So because I've got 7, I can do that twice. So if I can synthesize these mods together, I do it twice, and that in theory will then give me 3 level 3 mods. And then I can synthesize that together, and that will give me 1 level 4 mod. So we do that now. We go to the screen, and basically all it does, little animation. Well, actually no animation really. And it's used 3 level 2 mods up, and it's made a level 3 for me. And I'll do exactly the same thing again. And we go back to the screen, and there we are. So now you see I've got 3 level 3 mods. So now I can turn them 3 into a level 4. So we hit the button again. And now I've got 1 level 4 mod, and so on and so forth, you know. And like it is a good system. And like even when you get to like say like 8, 9's the highest you can get to. I don't have a 9. Shit, we're going somewhere. But level up. Like when you get to say like an 8 as an example, that requires something stupid like, I don't know, 1500 level 1 mods sort of thing. You know what I mean? So you always, everything you pick up is useful, and that you can just keep upgrading and upgrading and upgrading and upgrading the more you play, you know what I mean? So it is a very, very good system. Say, if we had it in our game, the values would have to be different. Oh, what the fuck are we here for? Data, what a nightmare. But it is, yeah, I like it. It's pretty good. So, I like your companion, less chatter. Just saying that. Zach, do you think Julian will lead Battlefield 6 to success? I don't see why not, to be fair. I don't mean that. Does anyone know what his role is at Battlefield Studios? Obviously, they sadly lost like Vince Zampella. Was it beginning of this year or the end of last year. It was like around over Christmas time, which is like a pretty sad state of affairs. And obviously, like he was mega successful in everything he did, really. But whether he fills that sort of position, I don't really know. Maybe they've got something new for him, but I don't think he would have went if he didn't think he was going to be successful. But then I also think he went because he either didn't like what was coming at Ubisoft, because obviously he'll have been in the know with, you know, the restructure and, you know, the redundancies. He might have even been one of the 55. You know, no one really knows. So, but he's obviously, he's either, has he jumped, has he been pushed, maybe a little bit of both, I don't know, but he's obviously got himself a fantastic job at a good studio, so yeah, you know, I think he will be successful. Hopefully, like, Battlefield's back. I mean, biggest selling game last year. I know he had nothing to do with it, but certainly be good. Is it in a bad state right now, is it? See, I've not played it. I just always remember, like, when it came out, there was obviously a lot of razzmatazz around it, and everyone seemed to like it because it was like the best Battlefield for a long time. But I've never really followed its updates or its development since then, to be fair. But then again, is it in a bad state, or is it just because people have got a bit bored with the same maps and stuff like that? It always tends to happen with like that sort of game. You know, and a bit like our game, you just get bored, don't you? After a while, doing the same thing over and over again, you want something new. But unfortunately, like players just they devour content, don't they? You know, developers can spend like years on something, and a player can go and fucking just devour that content in like a day or two, and like that's it's like what's next? And the developers are like, for fuck's sake, man, we've just spent 2 years on that, and you've just fucking blitzed it. Give us a chance. So.
Excellent work. Command, the drill is out of commission.
I changed gun for that, man. Every update breaks the game more. It does. I think I'm going to say it's a bit of a running joke with us, but it sort of isn't. It's like every time there is an update or a patch, it's almost like the first question we say to ourselves is like, what they're going to break now or what they're going to break next. You know, it's like I don't know. I don't know whether it's just snowdrop or whether it's lack of. I don't know, experience in the team or anything like that, or just lack of knowledge, or I don't know. The fact that it's just programmed in such a way where something that you think shouldn't be remotely connected to what they've changed has a massive impact, you know. Really strange. It was a bit like that impact, well, it was a bit like that thing from last season. I can't remember what it was now, but they did an update, and for whatever reason, it impacted the Iron Horse raid. I think it was on the third boss, something like that. I can't remember, he was on immune or something. He couldn't kill him. Or something strange happened. And like, so yeah, they had to go and fix that, and that was like not related to anything. But then again, I also think to myself, obviously we know what the climax mission is now, coming in this season, which is Iron Horse. It's the same site as Iron Horse, if you don't already know. And maybe it was just the fact that they were actually doing something because they were fucking about with it, so getting it ready for the climax mission. That's probably more likely. Sometimes you just don't know. I don't think they do it on purpose. I think it's, you know, it's all done, everything's done with good intent. I don't think any game developer or anyone at the studio goes out of the way to try and break something. I'd like to think that anyway. It's just unfortunately sometimes it's one of those things that happens. But the frustrating thing is for a lot of players is that some things are broken or get broken and they never get fixed just because they just don't have the time or resources to fix those things, and it pisses people off. It's simple as that. I think that's the big thing that they don't realise, is that how much it pisses people off and it turns people away from the game. They might see it as like, I don't know, quite insignificant, but it really isn't. And commendations are a big one, like a real big one around that, you know. there's a lot of players in the game who are completionists, and they like to basically see that number go up and complete all the different commendations. And there's still, to this day, bugged ones where people can't complete. I've got some myself. There's been one going on for, well, when did the Summit come out? Basically, since the Summit came out, there's the Summit Commendation, the Combat Mastery Merit Commendation. That was basically broke when the game came out, and all the players who tried to complete that when that game mode came out, their commendation is currently bugged. They fixed the commendation, so newer players who go to do that commendation can do it now and can complete it. But the older players who did it at the start are still in a bug state, and they've been that way for 5 years now. You know, I think it's the longest running thread on the support Discord, and I think if it was still there, which it isn't, the Ubisoft support website, it was the longest running thread on that Discord, and it's never ever been on like the Trello board or anything like that. And it's almost like you're just getting told to fuck off, and all it does, it just pisses people off, and they lose faith. They absolutely lose faith. Something which is maybe they see is small and is insignificant, and maybe it is in the greater scheme of things. But you know, do you really want to keep pissing your players off all the time? You want to do that as least as possible. Yeah, oh yeah, the plasma weapon killed the game. Well, you can see it here. Look at it. Okay, maybe kill that guy in front of me though. But it's just, you see it. But there's big changes happening at the moment. Raid, big changes on this, not just this weapon, every single weapon. Everything's getting a fucking massive nerf. That plasma weapon has got like is getting a 90% worth. What nerf should I say? The sniper that I've got's getting at least a 75% nerf.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, so they're doing quite a lot around trying to rebalance the damage in the game, if I'm honest with you, because it's gotten out of hand. However, it's only gotten out of hand because it's a problem that they created themselves. Yeah, nobody else. So all they're doing is fixing their own problem. Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, yeah, 8 it'd be interesting. I mean, I think before that you've got I'll go to Spanner first. Some things, yeah, they choose not, which is right. I get that, yeah, and they probably choose not to put some of the things on there which they don't want people to know because, like, the potentially grain breaking or the bugs and stuff. But when you look at a commendation as an example, for fuck's sake, you know what I mean? You know, do something about it. So yeah, Master Hitman, I hope year 8 for Division 2 is big. I think it will be. I just think this year in general should be big for the Division. I mean, we have the 10-year anniversary coming up in March. Realistically, it should be massive. We're going to have its own specific 10-year anniversary season with its own specific 10-year anniversary climax mission, which all sounds like fantastic. You know, we should get survivors at some point this year, which again would be absolutely fantastic. And then we're going to get year 8, which I'm pretty confident is going to have some really good new stuff in there as well. So yeah, I just think, yeah, this year should be a really cracking year for the Division. But I just think we haven't, well, I say we, the big we, all of us, we just haven't really like figured out how to balance the content in this game out. So what I say around that is that, you know, obviously at Christmas we had the Christmas decorations, everything that was all cool. Ooh, new follower, just heard something. Let me fucking click the right button so I can actually see my stream info. Twitch activity, Sanjay, nice. Thank you for the follow, my friend. But yeah, so what was I saying? So yeah, I'm completely lost. What was I talking about there? Anyone? What? I wasn't talking about your micro penis. I've got what I was talking about now. About it being a big season. Yeah, what was I getting onto? There was a point I was going to make, and I fucking completely forgot now. I was just going off on a proper tangent. Yeah, on a rant. yeah. I know. I should have just left that for a bit, shouldn't I? Let's have a look, Spanner. I think the part of the issue with the devs who originally made the summit and the accommodation system is no longer working again. Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think I mentioned that. I just think sometimes it's down to inexperience and knowledge, and things like that. And I suppose it's one of those ones where you come into this game from, I don't know, you come into a game like 4 or 5 years into its development, and all of the main team's gone, moved to a different project, etc. And you've got to pick up everything from a fresh, brand new. It's like, imagine that job. That is a minefield. And you're like, what the fuck's this? Everything looks like spaghetti code. So I can understand that. Raid, what have we got there? There's no balance. Oh, sorry, that's what I was talking about. Balance, right? So I was actually talking about content balance. So the sort of point I was going to make was, like, as an example, at Christmas, we got all the Christmas decorations, all look cool and fantastic. We had the Krampus event, all cool. Got a bit boring, got a bit sick of having them Krampus guys at the end, to be honest with you. I really wish you could turn them off. But by the by, so there was some things to do over Christmas, yeah. But then really, there hasn't really been anything. Yeah, we had that Avatar one recently, but that was literally log in, kill a few bosses, log out, you know. They need to do something which engages people more. Maybe every week or every couple of weeks where there's something there. I think the way in which they space things out is not, I don't know, maybe it is right, but they just need something different. Because at the minute, I mean, I think I've logged into the Division once this week, I think. And that was to do my scouts. And I did my scouts and I logged out, and I just felt it was like, there's nothing for me to do in here. There really isn't. Whereas I can come into China, as much as like there's less content in China, there's more for me to do because I'm still working on my my development, if you know what I mean, my growth as a player, and gear and materials, etc., etc. So I feel like there's a little bit more it's worth my time spending a bit more time in the Chinese game at the minute than it is playing our game, which is sad because I would much rather play our game than play the Chinese game, if I'm honest with you. This should be like a fallback for me, as opposed to the primary. So I just think we need to do something around that. Let's have a look. I need to go back to chat. So there's no balance in the game. Anyone who can do Paradise Lost solo in 5. But see, I'm assuming you're talking about the Chinese game to be able to do solo Paradise Lost in 5 or 6 minutes, because you can't do that in the international game, only the Chinese game. And again, that's going to change because of the nerf and the life out of everything. That will come to an end soon. Will the server content be streamed live? I don't know, I'll come back to that. Rebels wrote something in chat. Zach, Virtual Great Content Buddy, appreciate your time. Catch you next time. Yeah, thank you very much, Jack, if you're still here. Thanks for watching, buddy. Much appreciated. Yeah, Spanner. Me too, actually. I've played more Division 1 this week than Division 2. Pretty much just been in survival and doing some legendaries and stuff like that. It's been a little bit like going back in time, to be honest with you. Trying to get used to that recoil again and like trying to remember what a fucking, you know, where the spawns were on things, etc., etc. So that's been pretty good, but that's not a Division 2 thing, is it, really? Yeah, okay, you're going to get some rewards in Division 2 for doing that, but it's not making you play Division 2, it's making you go play Division 1. The recoil. It is for control aim like me, Spanner. Hi, Anonymous. Yeah, thank you very much for the good stream. Always have interesting and valid points. Sometimes they're just my stupid things that go around in my head, to be fair. And also sometimes I just make stuff up on the spot, I think. I clearly just like to, I don't know, listen to my own voice. Talk way too much. Oh, you control player too? Okay. Hey, you're obviously better control. You're a better controller player than I am.
Go! Get it on the barge!
Yep. Control players room one. What always said? It's like, I mean, I've said it like forever, really. Everything is easier on a controller except for aiming. It's just, that's just my opinion. Aiming's the only, that's probably the most important part. Everything else is easier. Ah, look, he's got that on. Let me camera mode. That's the backpack trophy that you're getting in. Can you see it? That's the backpack trophy that you're going to get from survival.
Pad is secure. Where's my bioreactor? On the barge. Send it your way now, Commander.
Yeah. What's a Little China? A Little China. It's a Little China. It's.
These tunnels don't seem to be on any plan.
This is the Chinese version of the Division 2. So I'm just doing a little bit of China. Star Wars mode. It's just fucking, honestly. Look at it. Like a game of Star Wars.
Control located.
I wonder if you put that backpack trophy on for me to have a look at. Can I not inspect him? Can I? I'm sure I can, can't I? Oh no, it's the wrong guy. The wrong guy. Is it him? I didn't think it was.
Gate control located. Gate jammed.
Wasn't Rebel, was it? He didn't have it on. No. Why do you think they're adding realism mode? In my opinion, Vision doesn't need that. I sort of agree. I don't think it does need that. However, it'll be interesting to play. At least it's only like time limited. I think a lot of people will probably like that, to have that like sort of full time. But I've watched a few programs on Ubisoft lately, and I think if you ever watched like Jaw Raptor, he covers obviously a lot of games and he covers a lot of Ubisoft stuff. And he did a video, and I sort of agree with him on that. Ubisoft, when they come up with an idea, what they think is a good idea, they like to implement it in all of their games, you know. And I can sort of like just see this mode becoming more and more into other games, where it's almost like the whole one shot, one kill. You know, I know that. Sorry, I want to say I know. I think don't they do something similar to this in? Is it Breakpoint? Can't remember. I'm sure there's another Ubisoft title where it's like almost like one shot, one kill. Yeah, I think so. I'm sure it's Breakpoint. I might be wrong. It is Breakpoint, isn't it? Yeah. And I can just see them rolling that out into other games, you know, whether it's an Assassin's Creed or something like that. They just like doing things like that. But with it being a limited time, yeah, I'd be interested to play it. And like, I'm sure Yannick did say there's going to be like some, I don't know, he alluded there's going to be some spin to it on the, you know, I don't know whether it's while you're playing it or it's like the end. It might be different or something, you know what I mean? So I certainly think it'll be good to play. It'll be interesting to play. Hopefully they'll add some commendations around it that are not broken, so we can do them. But yeah, it's obviously going to use, it's limited to its own character slot. I thought so. Obviously, because they've been talking about that character slot for a long time, haven't they, and what they're going to do with it. So obviously this is obviously one of the ideas, which is fair play, you know. I would probably rather have another character slot spare for things like this when they do add these time limited things than having more stash space, if I'm honest with you. I know everyone like wants more stash space, but I honestly never think, do we fucking need it? Really? It's almost like stop hoarding everything. There's only so many there's only so many things in this game which is good and useful. The rest is just generally trash. You know, if you're picking up something and you're holding on to something just in case, I might need it, or just in case they buff it. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Just fucking delete it. But well, anyway. Oh, really? Man. See, you don't get me wrong. Like on my characters, they've all got like builds set up on them. And I know some people do them where, I don't know, they'll have one character for PvE stuff, one for PvP stuff, or they'll have a character for Iron Horse raid speeds or Dark Hours raids speeds and stuff like that, which I sort of get, you know what I mean, which is fine. But really, you know, you've got like, what's that? Over 4 characters, what, 64 slots? Yeah. Really? You need 64 builds? I fucking don't think so. You can only use one. I'm the same on man, 16 are full. You know what I mean? But like, how many of them 16 do you use? You know, sometimes some of those loadout slots are for like one specific thing that you might use it for, maybe one part of one mission or something like that. It's not like something you would I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see it using it all the time. Yeah. Oh, you only play one character? Yeah. Dieter and Sally are exactly the same. They only play on one character. Oh, well, yeah, you don't play on it though, do you? Do you play on it? Oh, it was a PvP one. Yeah. So, but yeah, I just I don't know. I just like to have all 4, and sometimes I will like spend more time on the second character or third character and stuff like that. It's also good for you know, like stacking bounties and stuff like that for XP farming and things, which is always nice. Right, well, everyone left me. Man, everyone's left me. Right, what's the time? Hang on, have a look. Oh, DZ, is it still on? Have a look. 12:30. If I want to. I think this might be about to finish, this DZ occupied account. Oh no, actually it might have 15 minutes, half an hour left. We'll go and do a bit of this. I didn't really want to do this DZ because it's shit. It's like the worst one. This one at the moment, basically anything that which is invaded, which is this one. This is your PvE Dark Zone. This is a bad Dark Zone, if I'm honest with you. It's just crap. Usually the best one to do is things like DZ East or even DZ South. West is like pretty shit. A lot of the landmarks don't seem to spawn very often either, which is a bit disappointing. What I might do, see if I can get like a server swap. See, Star Wars mode just spoils everything. And things, I need to get a tag on an NPC. Not necessarily kill, just a tag to get a reward. And more than likely that will be, I'll probably go to that late. When that dog eventually dies, because it seems to be bugged out. Probably the end of the landmark. But no one really does like challenging landmarks. It's basically heroic, and like not many seem to spawn in West. I don't know why. Oh, more dudes. More dudes. Did I even get a tag? Didn't think I did I? I can't even get a shot off. I don't even think I got a shot off there. Well, that's not a bad aim, mind. Yeah, didn't get anything. Let me see if I can get some sort of server swap. See if I can get a better DZ. How they used to do it in here is that it was always the same for everyone. So if it was DZ East, everyone it would be DZ East for all the time. And then a couple of seasons ago, they changed it where it's like everyone can have a different block Dark Zone, which is like, sounds good, but it's actually not really a good idea at all. Because then the players are less if you know what I mean. Like you would go in when everyone had Dark Zone East as an example, you'd go into a Dark Zone East server and it would be fucking full. And it's better when it's full than it is quiet sometimes. Let me step out. See if I can find something. See if I can join someone's game. What's he looking for there? Basically, what I'm waiting for is in chat. I'm waiting for someone to post a link. That'll do. As long as it's not off-site. Oh shit, it's off-site. Might have got to swap. Man. The one. Yeah. So basically, yeah. So they don't have a invaded Dark Zone. It's only invaded when it's blocked, and it's only invaded 3 times a day for like 3 90-minute sessions. Not always, no. So like I'll leave this group, or I'll go back. It's almost sometimes it's like set that my session for that day is like south, which is like shit really. I've done all sorts, like we were doing our game, you know, log in, log out, go to the summit, go off-site, go to New York, come back, blah blah blah. Doesn't seem to work a lot. Usually I just keep trying to join people's game who might have a different Dark Zone than I have. So you can see it's still south, which is like not what I wanted. See if there's anyone who needs called for backup. Well, there's a dude. Let's join his.
Requesting backup. Backup request acknowledged.
With a bit of luck, he might have a different Dark Zone. Do you think the PvDZ would be a good idea for it? You know what it is? I think it'd be popular. It's popular in China. It's really popular in China. But what would be the reason why we would have it? That's still south. Shit. Bastard. Yeah. Leave this guy. I think the only, you know, you'd need to have a reason for it, and like, what would the rewards be? That's where I would be interested in, you know. Because in China, you get like contaminated vials, which when you extract, you can then use those to exchange for basically components to like to optimize your gear. Would that be something still south? Man, would that be something that, you know, we would go for? I think our players maybe would want a different reward. I don't know. It'd be better if there was something unique or something new, a new system, in the way of, I don't know, getting what you need for that new system is a block Dark Zone. Other people might think, well, that's forcing the whole thing, but it would work. And it's PvE, you know, so you can't really have that much of a fucking argument about it. It's not like other players are going to kill you. But yeah, I think they would have to have something new, an actual reason to implement it. But yeah, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be very good. I'm just going to stay while we complete this CP4 just so I get the reward. Get 100 of the yellow cards, which I need before I fucking leave.
You have
There.
safe area entered.
Still south. Backups. Ooh, guy in capital.
Accepting backup request.
See what he's got. Yeah, it's to be fair, Sanja, it's like, it is a shame because I like the Dark Zone as a concept and I like it in general. In Division 1 I thought it was like fantastic. It's still south, man. I spent like so much time in that Dark Zone, just absolutely unbelievable. And they did spoil it in this game where they made it 3 smaller Dark Zones. It sounds like a good idea, to be honest with you, on paper, but it just didn't work, did it? It was just bad, really. So one big dark zone is the way, like, and I mean a big dark zone, and that, I think that would be really, really good again. And I think even in like Division 1, even if you didn't want a PvP, if you had a bit of your wits about you and you're constantly checking the map and things like that, and you've got a bit of situational awareness, you know what's going on, you could easily, you know, not engage in any sort of PvP, if I'm honest with you. The only time there was always a worry was maybe if you called an extraction, where people really knew where you are. Other than that, you could just skip it all together, to be honest with you. Unfortunately, in this game, that's not the same, because the dark zones are so small, really irrelevant to where, I don't know, if a player wants to gank you, irrelevant to where he is on that map and where you are, he can get to you easily in the time you call an extraction, which is a bit of a bummer. Especially when you don't want to engage in that fight and you've got the player who's just intent on fighting. As simple as that. So yeah, no, it is what it is. See that's the issue. The exclusive items are the problem. They shouldn't have made anything exclusive in the Dark Zone, because it gatekeeps stuff for people like yourself who don't want to go and engage in PvP. So that should never have been the case. I sort of do agree that it should have been the best gear in there. High risk, high reward. I do agree with that. Fuck, I can't get away from that being that Dark Zone, can I? So I totally agree with that. But yeah, the exclusive items, no, I don't. Obviously, they've sort of part removed them now with a lot like the named caches that you get now and legacy caches and stuff that you get all the time now. Because, you know, you generally get a lot of the name stuff in there. Or if you do, or if you do like Descent, and you get the blueprints, the reconstruction caches, and even you don't have to do Descent anymore. You can just do Retaliation. You can get all those named items, so you don't even have to step foot in there in the DZ. To be fair, but it was just a bad situation in the first place. They shouldn't have done it where you needed to like go in there for those named items. When I started playing, there was all submission had DZ components to them. DZ components. Not too sure what you mean by that. One thing I can think of in Division 1 where you had Division Tech, where you generally went in the Dark Zone to get Division Tech, which was, again, super important. What's Raid saying? I hope you don't delete the execution of the regulation and bounty in downtown West Glitch. Oh, yeah. Basically the bounty farm, yeah. Can't really do that in China. One, it doesn't work, and two, there's actually no such thing as public executions in China. I think that's maybe a political thing, to be honest with you.
Clear the area outside the bunker entrance.
But yeah, certainly in our game, I don't think they will. I think they'll leave that as it is. Don't like Retaliation, but I hate the Descent. How much time grinding mod those? Yeah, see, like Descent again. That's like. You need a different mindset, you know. You sort of need the mindset from like survival in Division 1, if I'm honest with you. Where if you played survival in Division 1, the rewards weren't really the reward, if that makes sense. I know it sounds stupid, you know. It was more of a game mode to play and enjoy, as opposed to what caches and loot it would give you at the end of it, because as a time versus reward, it was absolutely fucking terrible when you think about it. What you get from running survival is like nowhere comparison to the time like you sink into it. So you sort of got to take it as like it's just a different thing. And like Descent again, I just took it as a different thing. It's like I wasn't interested in what caches I got, or that I got an exotic cache or anything like that. That never really interested me. I played it. I suppose, to test yourself a bit, see how far you can get. And the other one, I suppose, was reward based, but that was based on the reconstruction cache, which was unbelievably low when the game first started. Wasn't it something like a 10? I think it was like a 10% chance, you know, of actually dropping. Now it's at least 50%. But it's easy to do retaliation, to be honest with you. You just do a load of retaliation runs, you know, convert your materials, and yeah, happy days. See, now we're doing survival. There is something different. Yeah, it does. Survival it does feel good. But also, a lot of people forget on survival that it wasn't that well. It wasn't that well received at the beginning of the game. It wasn't well received at all. And it, like, I don't know, it lost a lot of players like early doors, and it was like very, very difficult to get like a full server. And like you basically couldn't get your matchmaking. You just couldn't get a game. So they actually had to change matchmaking in the end, where after 5 minutes of matchmaking, it would automatically launch the game, even if the server wasn't full, which is the way in which it is now. And we've got it's Division 3 status. No idea on Division 3, mate. No idea. No idea at all. Really don't know what the status of it is. I think I just think it's at least what, going to be 2028, 2029, something like that. Yeah, it's sort of like it just is what it is. Nah, see, I remember like it getting fucking slagged off survival, Sanjay. I really, really do. I've generally got a good memory on stuff like that. It wasn't as well, I put off. I think it's one of those ones. As time's gone by, everyone appreciates it more. Whereas at the time, I don't think it was appreciated anywhere near or held to the same sort of like level that it is now. Now it's like everyone's like, oh, survival, bring survival, Division 2, bring survival, we need survival, etc., etc. And I'm thinking to myself, well, it wasn't like that in Division 1. It wasn't like that in Division 1. Everyone seems to have a bit of a short memory. You know, I think it's one of those things that, I don't know. Once it's gone, maybe you don't realise what you've got. So when you got into Division 2 and it wasn't there, you really wanted that mode back. But when you were in Division 1, you weren't really that, I don't know, fond of it maybe, I don't know. Let's have a look. Where are we at now? 1 o'clock my time. So I think the next DZ starts. Oh, the timer. That's at 9:30 in China. Yeah, so it's going to be, about 30 minutes time. That one will still be ongoing for a few more minutes. I don't really want to. I might go back in there. If there's any better landmarks. It just gets frustrating when you're playing with all the players who've got fucking the plasma weapon. Just spoils everything. Ooh. There was one. Probably won't give me a different Dark Soul now.
Access granted.
We believe Black Tusk is after
Yeah, I think D2 survival. It's just going to be heavy winter, isn't it? It's just going to be so much like,
Invaded dog zone.
you know, like survival is in Division 1. I think the whole that whole, you know, clothes, food, scavenging weapons and stuff, I think it'll certainly still be a part of it. Yeah. See, when the gun first came out, it didn't have it had plasma bullets, but it didn't have like the plasma, like I want to call it a plasma bomb. It didn't have that aspect of it. That only happened when they brought the second set of accessories out for the gun. That's when it spoiled it, and that's when you get that. But they are trying to. I've got invisible NPCs here. I've got a bit of lag, haven't I? Yeah. They are trying to fix it with all the nerfs. Yeah, I'm getting disconnected. Nice. Thought I had a disconnected problem when the NPCs went spawning. I can't even move. The worry is, do I get killed? See, I'm moving this little square. That's it. Two, one. Delta. Oh, back in. Wouldn't surprise me if it went straight back in the darks when I get Delta again. It happens. What do you do?
Access complete. Detected. Location. Entering invaded dark zone.
Here we get disconnected. Got landmarks gone, is it? Ooh, not one. Cool. Let's go. The lag isn't too bad because I use an accelerator. An accelerator is very much like a specific program which is like written by NetEase actually for Chinese games really. It's sort of like, it's a bit like a VPN as such, where it actually connects you to like a Chinese server. So it's actually not too bad. If I don't have that on, I do get quite a bit of lag. I get a lot more disconnects than I would like. Usually when I run the accelerator, I can go weeks and weeks without really having any sort of problems. But then sometimes, maybe the odd day, it'll like shit itself, and I'll have a load of problems. Where is this guy at? Are you above me or something? Is he outside? Someone here somewhere. Where the fuck's he at? Is he in a window? Ah, see, I'm getting some lag now again. Yeah, we got the lag there. I'm going to get disconnected again. I thought I would if I came back in here. I've got a really bad server. We see everyone like... It'd be dangerous. I could die because of the lag. Yeah, the program I use it's called UU Booster. It got recommended to me by quite a lot of people actually when I started playing this game. It's you got to pay for it, but it's like works out like $8 a month, so it's not too bad. But bearing in mind the amount of hours that I've put into this game, it's worth it. I can't remember what I'm on now, but I'll be close. I reckon I'll be close to 2,000 hours maybe or something. So it's it pays for itself, to be fair. I think I can call. Oh, there's an extra option. I think I can call it. Is there enough time? 4 minutes. Might be enough time. Let's see. I don't know. That one. Wrong way. Don't know whether it'll let me call this extraction. Oh, 5 minutes 30 seconds. Basically, I've got to fucking clear it and see. Where do you download the Division China from? There's 2 ways you can download it. The first one is you go to the official Division 2 China website. and there's a link there which will download it for you. It'll be really slow, by the way, like fucking really slow. Might take a good couple of hours. Then the other way is that you download the Wii Game Launcher. You always need the Wii Game Launcher, and then you search for it in the Wii Game Launcher. However, the issue there is that... Where's the quadcopter? Where is the quadcopter? I want to kill them. Quadcopter. There we are. Might be 3 of these. Negotiators. One down.
Gear detected.
There might be another one, I don't know. Or not. Cool. Oh, the point from the Firefly, it gives me the speed boost, which I'll show you in a moment. Yeah, that's not another one, is it? Shit. No, there's another one. Tag. I'm gonna tag, I'm gonna tag. Shit. Okay. This is bad. This is really bad. I need to move. I need to move fast. I fucked up. I might not even be able to kill that. Get it out of the way. These things are like incredibly fucking tanky as well. Can kick my ass. Shit.
Vital signs critical.
Last thing I need to do is die. Well, I won't be extracting, guys. That might be for another one. Get out of the way. Where's the other one? See, the way in which you would kill these is that you would tag one with a negotiator's mark and you would shoot then you would shoot an NPC or kill an NPC. You do more damage to an NPC than you do with these because they've got like some sort of damage debuff on them, so that's the easiest way to kill them. If you've got no NPCs left, which I fucking don't, yeah, I've made a mistake and these are fucking like not impossible, but yeah, exactly, yeah. Now, Block Dark Zone's finished, so they might be able to one-tap them now. No. Oh no, it's still 1 minute 35 left. 1 minute 35. Oh no, so the helo's gone back, motherfucker. Yep, made a mistake. Get the bed. Get out of the way. No, Elmos, don't be silly. I'll read chat in just a minute when I survive this. I think me running away. Yeah, the one's a problem. Okay, he's going to oxidize it. That will one-tap me. Get out of the way! No, this is not like the this is not like the international game. This is like way more difficult. These have got shock traps, oxidizers, rockets, mortars. Ooh. Shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, got me. I lost half my stash there as well. Man. Yep, goodbye credits. Yep, see you later, motherfucker. Like, well, an hour's work just down the foot toilet, or half an hour's
Entering
work.
safe area.
Right, okay, where we had? Right, back to stash, back to chat again. Yeah, so I am to do. Rude, who said? They put two. Oh, yeah, they're just super strong, mate. The block's finished now anyway, so we wait 15 minutes before the next one starts. But yeah, they have basically they just got all the skills. They can send drones out and all sorts. They're incredibly difficult to kill. You really need like if you're just going to focus one, you need a fire team. If you don't have a fire team, it's look, the prof's in the game. If you don't have a fire team, it's extremely difficult. So the only real way to do it is solo. Ooh, have they made this any better? Improvements. Nothing's changed. Okay, so this is something that they were building, I think, in China. Don't exactly know what it is. Well, no, it's not a rendering glitch. It's an unfinished environment. Don't really know what it is, and as I say, and what it's meant for. But it's been like this for quite a while now, like quite a while. I don't know whether it's something which is they've just totally forgot about, or they're not going back to, they're not interested in. But it's actually situated right on the map over here. Well, I think that's just where they're building it. To be fair, that's just a little bit of space. But it's a shame, really. I was hoping it was going to be like something super new. But as it turns out, it doesn't look like it is. Oh, fall down. Climb up. I won't fall down. Not good. I've seen this. Well, it's been a long time ago when I've seen this. Might have been over a year. I was sort of expecting them to I don't know, build a new game mode or a new mission or something like that. But as you can see, very unfinished.
An agent is no longer in your group. Another agent is now group leader.
Yeah, it's very much like a rail yard, isn't it? You know. Last time I was here, I can't remember where I went. I could explore a little bit further. I think I can go nowhere. It was a shame. I was really thinking they were building something out here, and they're going to build something new, a new mission or whatever it would be. No? Yeah, it does look a little bit like us in yards, doesn't it? I didn't know whether this was something which was, how would I put it, China based, or it was maybe something for the international game that they just, I don't know, were building on the server for a later date. Am I going to remember? Let's go there. Why can't I? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. You mentioned Central Park there, Sanj. I think we're going to end up getting Central Park in Division 2, so, or certainly a game mode for Central Park. Could be rather interesting. So let's have a look. We're on top. Be a little bit more. Yeah, I was running down there, wasn't I? Rain. What a helicopter. Yeah, got a helicopter there. Rather odd. Not too sure what all this is. You can get up there. Yeah. I'll walk through them. Round door. Probably get stuck. Oh no. Around. Ah, yeah. You getting Neo to find something? Up here again. Climbed up here, didn't I? But yeah, it just seems it seems a bit of a shame that they were definitely building something and it just stopped. Maybe it didn't work, I don't know. I can get up there. Go around here as well. I'm guessing that's maybe where maybe the train track or something, I don't know. Get over there. Yeah, because the game's dying, they don't want to push more, maybe. They need to put something out. Maybe go around here. Something interesting. Let me jump though. That goes. Go over there. Doesn't seem to want to let me jump that little fucking this wall. The jump doesn't work. That sounds about right, Proft. Get all the money and fuck off. Seems like they're doing a lot of work around the compression. How did I even get in here? Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was in with Central Park. It was like it wasn't finished because there were a lot of people who did out the map exploration. There were certainly bits to it, but yeah, they never really did anything with Central Park. Well, I heard a whisper, I heard a rumor that they may well be bringing as part of the 10-year anniversary. I think it might be part of the 10-year anniversary, bringing a game mode in where we go to Central Park, and I'm assuming we do an extraction.
An agent has left.
I sort of heard that it was going to be broken into 3 new zones. When I say zones, it could just be a dark zone. You know what I mean, like Central Park 1, 2, and 3, or something like that. I don't think anything major. Yeah, I think in the law, the Central Park was very much said it was like just a burial ground, I think, for the dead. So I'm not really too sure how that's going to work. Just all the backdrops. Usually you can run through these. Usually you can run through them. Yeah, you can. Yeah, mass burn pit, yeah. Why not? It's going to take us. Like run through walls. just all the fake backdrops. You don't really get up close to these, so they don't have to be like high res. They just need to look like it's the world's been filled or something. Or something in the distance. That's why they look fucking garbage, to be fair. But they don't have to. Yeah, whoever was asking me about the Firefly thing, I don't know who it was. The reason why I use the Firefly is because the sniper rifle has a you get a movement speed buff on it. Yeah. So you get a movement speed buff on it. And how that works is that if you kill an NPC, you get like a 20% speed boost for a certain period of time. Or if you kill a skill, it also works on your own skills. So hence the reason I throw the Firefly, and when it explodes, I get a speed boost. So that's why. But we use something similar in our game. If you're ever a little bit clued up on like golden bullet as an example, if you get the golden bullet, the way to keep the golden bullet all the time is keep throwing Fireflies. So you never use it. So if you run the mission, you get it in one room. Obviously, it would be cooled down by the next room. You can just use your Firefly, keep doing this, and you keep the golden bullet. I don't think there's anything out here, is there? We're just running through the vastness of nothing. And go any further, look like the boundary. Yeah, it's been like that since forever, really, with the golden bullet. The only thing you got to watch out for is NPCs kicking about, because sometimes the fucking Firefly will go straight to the fucking NPC and blind them, and then you've got a 30-second cooldown, which is a bit of a pain. But I think these only like what I want to throw it 5 seconds, something like that. Yeah, 5-second cooldown, which is pretty cool. Really boring running these though. I don't even know where I am on the map. Okay. Go down there. I'm probably running back to where he came from. It's also good sometimes seeing stuff like this. You know, to build the world and things. See lots of things float. A bit like the Brooklyn map. That's like built on the same map as Kenley College. And I think, I might be wrong, you often know better than I do. I think like Brooklyn's like built higher. It's technically in the sky. Above Kenley. I guess that's just maybe a better use of space, I don't know. Ooh, I've received 100 messages today, nice. Nice chat. Nah, nothing gonna stop it. The quick step's just fucking... It's pretty class really, isn't it? We said this before, it's probably the best weapon. Sorry, not weapon. The best thing they've added to the game for quite a while. Makes a big difference, you know what I mean? Which is really strange because if you remember back to like year 1 as an example, or the beginning of year 2, you used to have a booster hive, which give you the speed buff. And then they removed the booster hive because they reckon it was causing performance problems because of the speed increase. Certainly, you know, on like consoles and stuff. But now they give us like the speed increase for free on a pistol, you know, which is rather odd, isn't it? See you later, Proft. Are you still in chat, by the way? Are you still in? Are you back in China, or are you still in Australia? on? Where am I on the Australia still, yeah? Oh. I'm technically where Iron Horses, even though it's not really where Iron Horses. There's Iron Horses on its own map off world. It really means nothing, that marker. But really, yeah. Are you enjoying it? Still good. Big cultural change from China. You appreciate sometimes how big these fucking maps are. They actually do have a lot of space they can do a lot of stuff with, if they choose to. This is fucking massive. No pun intended. Look at stuff like this. Oh well, let's get away from here. What? Let's probably up, see what DZ's available at the moment. Maybe do some of that. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, it's still so. You can piss off. I'm not doing so. I need to find a different DZ. How much do you think my armor's got? My armor bill's got? That's the better one. How much do you actually think? And I'm going to tell you something. It's a lot less than that you think, than what you think it is. So whatever you're going to go with, knock the number down. Tell me what you think it is. Not even close. Not even close. Nah. Don't think in the millions. You've got to remember they do things different here, yeah? So, my armour, I think on this build, I'll have to check in just a second, it's either 110k or it's 130k. That's it. Not even one blue card's worth of armor in the normal game. Oh, there we are. Sorry, it's 91,644. No, sorry, that's my damage, not me armor. Armor's further down. There it is. Where are we at? Where's armor? There it is. 129k. That is my armor. 129k. Oh yeah. And like sometimes you see that and you see like, you know, we'll where are we at? Upstairs. You see like, oh, you think he's got shitloads of armor, this guy. Honestly, it disappears so fast. I generally use Bloodsucker as a backpack. Generally because I live in bonus armor. And a lot of missions, it's down to me killing fast and the bonus armor keep me alive, you know.
Head down and get into that boat.
So DZ, still south. They're pissing me off. Why can't I get a different DZ? So frustrating. Never usually takes me this long. You don't have the motivation to go back into the game. I get that. I do get it, like, to be honest with you. There needs to be something there to do. It really does. Yeah, 5,000 hours. I've got a little bit more than that, to be fair. I think I've got something like... Oh, without trying to flex, because it's not a flex. One account, I've got 10,000 hours in. I think another account, I've got 2,000, maybe 3,000 in. I've got another one which I've probably got about 1,000 or more in. I've got a couple of thousand in China now. I'll certainly coming up with a couple of thousand. Well, yeah, probably play this game a little bit too much, to be honest with you. Going out. Trying my best to get a different server. See where this guy is.
Backup request acknowledged.
Nah, to be fair, Sanji, it does look like I've got so much more armor than what I actually have. It goes fucking quick. It does. If you watch me sometimes on some of the harder content, I can have like full. To be fair, you probably can't even read the armor because the bars there's that many different bars. It's like massive. Then all of a sudden it'll just disappear.
We need to retrieve them. Look for a terminal that you can patch
There you
Isaac
go.
into.
Oh, he hasn't got south. Oh, sorry, he's got south. I'm going south. I'd rather east, but we'll go south. Better than nothing. Better than nothing, guys. Please don't give me a swap. It's not going to let me out the door. No.
Hostiles.
Might give me a swap here. Yeah, it is low, super low. Obviously, the NPCs hit for different amounts of damage. So, like, as I said before, the damage scaling is different here. Like, your base damage of your weapons is much lower, and so obviously so is your armor value is much lower. And to increase armor over here, it's percentage based, so it's only percentage based off your base armor. Whereas in our game, you would get like a blue core would give you like 170k armor. In this game, it won't. Don't tell me, give me a swap again. Oh, we're still here. Good. Yeah, in this game, it's a percentage based off your base armor, so it's always going to be less. You know. No, you can't. You won't see anything like that. Base armor in our game is 660k. And I think with the you shoot 660, and then plus your 10% you get from your watch takes it to like 7. Or whatever it works out at, 720 maybe. I can't remember. Whatever the math works out with. And then any sort of blue cause or expertise after that you've got on your build. But 660 has always been your base armor in this game. Ooh, got a new follower. Oh, Keeper! Now, my friend! How are you doing, my friend? Yeah, good. Be all worn out from carrying the guys in survival, are you? Keeping everyone alive. Showing everyone where the div tech is. You've done all your extractions. I was saying that.
Landmark has been cleared.
See, you know what it is? I haven't played survival for, well, I'm going to say 5-6 years, at least. So it was a bit of an eye opener again going back in, to be honest with you. And I suppose the only good thing is that as much as it's a pain in the arse sometimes, he might even still be in chat. If it wasn't for someone like Dita and Sally, I'd have been shafted. Because Dita seems to like have some sort of photographic memory where everything is. So I just generally just follow him around. You've done 50, fucking mate. You've done 50 this week. Fucking hell, that's fucking phenomenal. Take a break, bro. Take a break. Wow. I'd hate to think fucking doing 50. Honestly, I would. Wow, 50. Well done, buddy. You definitely haven't got a job. You can't have a job. No way you've got a job and you've done 50 this week. Yeah, I think everyone's really looking forward to Anna. You know what I mean? I think everyone's going to be 3 days off. Mate, in 3 days! Dude, go outside. Go outside and chill out a little bit. That's crazy. But yeah, when it comes to Division 2, I think it'll be good. Definitely. 100% it'll be phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. But then you know what'll happen then, don't you? You know, we'll do that. Everyone will play it to death and stuff like that. And it'll be like, when survival come in Division 3, we're gonna get survival in Division 3 when Division 3 launches. They'll be like, for fuck's sake, guys, give us a break.
Exiting invaded dark
Guess you
zone.
tagged that finished. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing you tagged that finished in 20 minutes. Chivo. Oh, achievement or like accommodation. Something like that. I must have that, to be honest with you, because I've got all accommodations in Division. I think Kiva has as well. Got all accommodations in Division 1. And some of them were really grindy. Like fucking super, super grindy. Oh, it's got a bonus for finishing inside 20 minutes. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I don't think I've ever done survival in 20 minutes then, if I'm honest with you. I'm guessing that's pretty much get out of the fucking safe house, run directly as fast as you can to the dark zone. Grab your div tech and fucking go. 15 minutes. Wow, mate. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. I suppose at least when you're going that fast, you know there's going to be no one in there who's going to be in the dark zone when you're in the dark zone because you got there so fast. At least you can just get your flare gun and go. Yeah, it is like super strong, isn't it? You know what I mean? I think, I don't know whether they did that on purpose or whether that's just complete coincidence and luck that Assault came around at the same time as Survive Fest. Because it certainly made it a lot more comfortable, should we say, to play. In 10 minutes to place at Dark Zone, yeah. These people out there do speedrun. I mean, back in the day, there was people who used to speedrunners. You always get that in every single game, though, don't you? There's always people who want to see how fast they can actually blitz the content, which is fine, you know. The game caters for. It's good the game caters for those players as well. I think one of the things it should do, one of the things it really needs to do, like Division 3, is have the timer on all missions and all activities. You know, like we have it in the raids for Dark Hours and Nine Horse. They should have that in like just every single mission or every single activity that you have. Should always have the timer on. Even if it's just like a personal achievement and you get like a personal best, you know what I mean? Not always just for being, or necessarily just for speedrunners, you know.
Incoming hostiles detected.
These dudes spawned. Down. That's a good old fucking plasma gun, just killing everything. Obviously I'll go inside, but there's probably someone in here got a gun as well. You're the wrong dude. Ah, it was your first G. Yeah, they're good. I mean, the only one I'd never used, for, that I can remember anyway, that I never used to really like in Division 1 was Outbreak. It was good because you could pretty much, if I remember right, was that the one where you could one-tap the enemies? But if they got close to you, they absolutely wrecked you. Oh, Kiba, mate, I'll try and get you in at some point. I said to Hello and Leah and NGN, I'd get them in so that we do like the stream and stuff. But I only had, I've basically got 4 accounts. So obviously mine, and I'm going to let them use my other 3. But I can certainly try and see if I can get you access, mate. Not a problem. I'm just running around aimlessly here. Oh, there's this guy here, Billy 66666666. Guy's called Jia Ming. He is the official streamer of The Division 2 in China. He pretty much, well, it's his job. he gets paid off Ubisoft Shanghai to stream.
Landmark has been cleared.
If he writes back to me, he might say hello, he might not. Where we going? Oh, checkpoint. What can you do indeed here? This is the Chinese KVD. Fuck, you horrible bastard. Fancy calling me that? The Chinese DVD, KVD.
Leaving invaded console.
Man. There's just yeah. This is the dark zone, yeah, the PvE dark zone, mate. Yeah, so they just have a block dark zone for 3 90-minute sessions per day. It's always when it's invaded. That's the only time it is invaded. When blocked is on, which is pretty. It is good. Especially if you're a new player, it's very good because it's like the rewards from it. If you extract, you can then use to buy like materials to optimize and unlock your gear. So and it's the fastest way of doing it. It really is. So it's definitely well worth, my opinion, well worth playing if you were new to this game. I would be in here all the time. I don't come in here as much now. I'm sort of at that point where I don't really need to. So sort of like just come in now and again. But I'll always do a session on a Saturday or a Sunday, or sometimes I might do both. But I used to stay for the full 90 minutes. It's actually a little bit longer. You got like a cooling off period near the end. But I used to stay for the full 90 minutes. But sometimes it wears you down because you literally just run from landmark to landmark to landmark to landmark, killing and picking up. And when you're doing the same thing, sort of like almost like on a rotation all the time, it's long. It feels like a long session, you know. I actually think it would be better if. Or certainly feel better if it was only like an hour as opposed to being like 90 minutes. But it is what it is. I'm just waiting for, probably like everyone else, I'm just waiting for an heroic landmark to come up. Heroic landmarks give like 350 of the contaminated vials that we need. Whereas these challenge ones only give 150, so no one, and hard ones give what, 50? 100. But no one really does these. They generally just do heroics. But you can always tell if you've got a decent server or a bad server, because there's always like heroics up all the time. If you get a bad server like this one, you end up fucking standing around waiting.
You are no longer in a group.
So that's a bit of a pain. But I would assume another one, in my experience, will spawn either where I am, or I'll get one here, here, or here. I would think that'll be the next ones. I'm either probably going to travel to this checkpoint or travel to this checkpoint. Or I could be wrong. This is slow, this, like super slow. I think these cause problems when you have a supply drop. They don't really give you anything. They're pretty garbage, to be fair. I think when supply drops happen, it seems to fuck the map up. It's just something they'll never fix in China. I don't think they're interested in fixing anything like this. Which is a shame. Man. I want to go away these landmarks. Sometimes the only way to get rid of them is to go and do them. No, I was talking earlier on, I think it was Sanji was talking about it, about my connection and stuff. My connection's generally pretty good, even though I've had a delta on this stream. And a little bit of rubber banding. But usually it's pretty good, and that's because I use what they call an accelerator. There's one called UU Booster that I use, and it's specifically for like Chinese games like NetEase or Wii game stuff. And it works very much like I think a VPN works straight outside, and where it pretty much connects you to a Chinese server. So I'm like connected to Beijing at the minute. So like if I look at I'll just get a tag in this landmark and I'll show you. If I look at my connection, it'll just be red. It'll be red, and you think to yourself, how are you connected? But for some reason, it shows as really bad, but actually it's very, very good. So yeah, you think, okay, that means shit, Vert, you're not going to stay connected at all. Doesn't even show me ping. It's that bad, but generally don't have a problem. I know people who live in other countries, it does show their ping, and it seems to have reduced their ping a bit. But with mine just seems to have gone up, and it's just odd. But it's like if I don't have it on, I think I've got a ping of like, I'm going to say 140, 150, which doesn't sound that bad. But I get loads of like rubber banding and stuff like that, and deltas. I put the accelerator on where it says my connection's garbage, and like I should be dead, and I'm perfectly fine. So it works, does the job. It costs me $8 a month to use it, but I'm not bothered. I put the hours into the game. It's nothing at the end of the day. Who just followed me there? Danny Hunter. Thank you, my friend, for the follow. Very, very much appreciated. I don't stream that often, Danny, but when I do, I talk bollocks all the time. So you can't shut me up sometimes when you start asking me questions, and I do ramble on way, way too much than what I should. Yeah, I think when I get Leah and Hello on and stuff, I would be pretty confident that they will have connection issues, and that's one of the things I want to like see first, like how it like performs for them, because I know how it performed for me, and obviously they both live in England. How it performed for me when I didn't have an accelerator. Don't be wrong, it's still playable. I played it for months without one. But it can sometimes get frustrating when you get a few deltas in a row. A bit like in our game, pisses you off, doesn't it? You know, you get a bit of lag. But yeah, see, when I use this accelerator, that seems fine to me. Don't really have any problems. So yeah, the odd little time I get a bit of a hiccup. But then again, sometimes I think is that just down to my connection, you know, as opposed to anything else. Yeah, I know, hardcore, fucking hell. It's always a worry. You know, I only ever did one hardcore, and that was when in year one, I think, when it was first launched. I think I got a level 30, because the level 30 was a max at the time. Did everything I could, and then I just left it. And I remember having it for like, I probably still had it going into year 3, maybe, I want to say, maybe even year 4. And in the end, I was just like, why do I even have this? I just deleted it in the end, because I did the accommodations, I did like the raids and etc. etc. I was like, why do I even have this? So I just deleted it and created another character that I used. So yeah. But I play on a different account now. I've done most of the commendations, but I've never done the hardcore stuff on the other account that I'm using. But I'm not really too bothered. I was big in the commendations on my original account. I'm not as big now, even though I've done the vast majority of them again. The good thing at the minute, I haven't seen anyone. Ooh, 13 FPS. I'd cry. I'd cry. I look back to like. I remember when the Division 2, no, Division 1. I remember when Division 1 was first in beta. I originally, the first format I played it on was Xbox. What would it have been at the time? Would it have been Xbox One or Xbox 360? I can't remember. Whatever Division 1 was. Might have been 360, I can't remember. And yeah, looking back, that 30 FPS is like, whoa, it's horrible. Really, really bad to play. I mean, to be fair, I only played the beta actually on Xbox. And then when it came out, I went and got it on, I bought it on PC. But I did actually buy it on Xbox as well. My daughter wanted to play it, so she couldn't really get away with it. So I built her a PC anyway. I was building her one, and I got an account on PC. So we both like played on that. She was only young at the time when it came out. I mean, she's like, well, she'll have been 10. She's 20-year-old now, so yeah, she'll have been 10 at the time. But yeah, the FPS on like the older stuff is fucking horrible. To be fair, I even think Division 1 is showing its age now. Normally on the map still looks really good, but the whole character, the way the character moves and all stuff like that, it's just a bit garbage. The one thing I would say about Division 1, at least it was quite fluid though. Like Division 2 has always been quite clunky with skills and grenades and things like that. I just think everything seemed like faster and snappy in Division 1. And Division 3 needs to get back to the faster and snappy stuff. Certainly if they're going to make like anything to do with PvP. Purely because you just need that fast, snappy sort of actions and things. And even going back to playing survival and stuff like that, or going back to Division 1 and playing some stuff, just using the medkit. You know what I mean? Just pressing the button once instead of having to like press and hold, you know. Just, I don't know, just makes a massive, massive difference. I think sometimes they've got to get away from we think this would be more realistic to we think this would make better gameplay. You know what I mean? Because in reality, the Division is not a realistic shooter or tactical shooter or whatever. That's not what it is. So they do need to make it more fluid and snappy in Division 3, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. Shooter there going covering Division 1. Yeah. Sometimes you just want a movie, does it? Sometimes it doesn't want you to go and cover and doesn't want to move you when you do go and cover.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Keeper, movement-wise, definitely better in Division 2. You know, that's one of the big improvements. I mean, overall, Division 2 is a better game. Like, overall. But there is quite a lot of things from Division 1 which are better. Which is just, like, quite frustrating, really. Move around covering Division 1, yeah. I say sometimes it just doesn't want a movie, does it? It's just, like, so frustrating. It is better in Div 2, definitely. Where am I headed? Get on. Or in fact, should we? And hopefully I won't fuck it up this time. Should we extract? There should be, once that 30 odd seconds runs down at the top, there should be an extraction come on the map. And fingers crossed I won't fuck it up this time, because there should only be one quadcopter, whereas I got 3 last time. I'm saying there should. Might not be, I might be wrong, I might get 3. Come on. There should be one up here. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Right. Should be. See next connection. I misunderstood something. It's not there. See, like in block mode, you can't just go and extract when you want. Extractions pop up at certain times. You want to go like you've got a small window to go and clear that that area. Don't know why that hasn't popped up, to be fair. You can't see it when you're in the checkpoint, so I need to step outside. Oh, fucking everyone's here. We man these fucking dogs here.
Entering invaded dark zone.
Let's get outside. I'm not there. See, this pisses me off here. See all these stood outside. So what these have done, right? They've run in the landmark. They've got a tag on an NPC. Yeah. And they've run back out. And they're just going to stand there until somebody else goes and clears that landmark so they can get the reward for it. Fucking pisses me off something. Well, it's been cleared now anyway. I'm a bit late to the old party. But yeah, it's just complete laziness. The amount of times I've had arguments with people in Chinese, badly translated Chinese that is, about them being like lazy bastards, pisses me right off. Exactly, imagine playing the game, you know what I mean? It's like, just take part. Even when I was like brand new to the game and I did fucking nothing, I couldn't even tickle the enemy. Like I did nothing whatsoever. I still participated. You know what I mean? Even if I was just a decoy in there or something, you know, I still got stuck in, like with everyone else. And then I see all these people who've got like all the builds and stuff like that, and they're just taking the piss. Raw, just really pisses me off. You play the game to play the game. You don't like play the game just to stand there and let someone else go and play it. You know what I mean? Happens all the fucking time. It'll happen on this landmark. They come here, I guarantee you. Someone will come in, they'll get a tag and they'll run back out that door where I came in. And they'll just be standing there waiting to run to the next one, the next landmark to do the same thing again.
Incoming hostiles detected.
My aim's terrible. Maybe on the other side of the wall. The side of the wall, my friend.
Detecting additional hostile
Once I see how they stood out here. See them all. Lazy bastards. You can't go rogue, unfortunately. This is the block dark zone. It's PvE only at the moment. However, if I could do that, 1,000,000% I'll have done it. Just try to kill them all. I'll be sort of sad when they nerf this sniper rifle. As much as I use it all the time and I like it, it's going to get nerfed to the ground soon, which is a shame. Yeah, no, you know it is. It's like it's dead. It is popular. The block dark zone. I mean, these sessions can hold 24 people. I don't think I've been on a server for quite a while, to be fair. Maybe, actually, that might be a lie. Maybe yesterday was on a good server where there's been like 24 players on there. Generally because in the way in which they've changed the dark zones round. I was saying before, it used to be one dark zone for everyone, so everyone would know it was Dark Zone East at a particular time. So those servers were like very, very full all the time. What they've done now is they've like put on a rotation, but it's a rotation for everyone. So I might have South and you might have East and someone else might have West. You know what I mean? So the players are more spread out than what they used to be. I can't even get a tag. I need to get a tag to get the reward. Here might be the best place to stand, I don't know. Nope. Too late. Done. And that's the problem with that fucking Star Wars gun. It's just killed everything most of the time before everything's even spawned. There's no extractions on the map. That's a surprise. Yeah, 12 players is a standard DZ. In here they did it 24 just for the blocked. Originally when they first launched it, it was 32 man. And I was in some of those 32 man sessions. They were fucking crazy. And like you couldn't do the damage like you did now. And like literally everyone's just like piling into NPCs and like they're tanky as fuck. You know, you get a chunga and like everyone was shooting that chunga for what felt like 5 minutes. They were that tanky. And it was good fun, but when they had 32 players, they had quite a lot of performance issues with servers. It was just a little bit too much, and then they knocked that down to we were getting killed out there. They knocked it down to 24. It's been fine since. Yeah, motherfucker. Should have stayed where I was. I would have got a tag that way. Yeah, that's fucking plasma gun. It pisses me off. Come on, get a tag vert. I'm the boss. See, these guys are tanky, but if you come up behind them and hit the backpack, I was only 500 mil. I've hit one of them guys to over 1 billion before. If you stand in front of one and try to break their armor with chungas, you could be there a while. It's like Star Wars in here. Look at all that fucking... Look at it all. Like, wow.
Cleared.
Yeah, looks pretty up. Yeah. No, but to be fair, my sniper rifle is strong. If... I've got a few different setups with the sniper rifle. And I can, at maximum obliterate stacks, I can hit 1.5 billion per bullet, which is obviously a phenomenal amount of damage, to be fair. But as I mentioned earlier, there's currently a test server going on which I've been invited to, where I've been testing out, and they've massively reduced the damage of like everything, as well as changing a lot of things around. So this sniper rifle basically will get a 75% nerf at the moment. That weapon there, that plasma fucking gun, that's getting a 90% nerf, that fucker. So we will see. So things will be tougher, which is good, because that's what it needs to be. I don't know why am I going out there. Plasma gun's just killing everyone. I need to stand somewhere where NPCs might spawn. I did this last time, didn't I? Here, I didn't get no one. Yeah, it is going to be a big nerf. It needs it. I didn't get a tag again here. Same landmark. Motherfucker. I hate that plasma gun. Yeah, it needs it. They've just, I wouldn't even say they've power creeped. The power's just gone up every single season. But, well, as long as I can remember being in this game. And nothing else seems to have changed. And NPC, yeah, they've done some harder levels of NPCs, missions. They've definitely done that, but the player damage is far exceeded that of where the NPCs can keep up. So they're trying to balance that out. Now, for me, I would have just focused on the legendary weapons because they're the biggest problem, and brought them into, like, brought them back into line. But they've actually did every weapon, which I don't agree with. I've told them I don't agree with it as well. They've done like named regular legendaries and stuff, and I'm just like, you know, new players joining the game, they're going to use these sort of weapons, and you fucking nerf them into the ground as well. They need to be stronger. Still can't get a tag. No, I still didn't get a tag. What's that fucking gun? Yes, I didn't even get a tag there either. I'm getting pissed off now. Getting to be pointless. Run the landmarks with that gun. This is why it spoils the game. Great for the person who's fucking firing that gun. Shit for everyone else. Well, you say that, but we have players in our game who can solo content with weapons. But in my opinion, that's more based on
Exiting invaded dark zone.
skill. You know, yeah, build skill, you know, game knowledge, that sort of stuff. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say you have to do that, but I think when you can do it unbelievably easy, then there's a problem. A real problem. Right, okay, I'm not going to that landmark. I'm going to go to that one. I know that guy who was outside the doors got that fucking plasma gun. Help people here as well.
Entering invaded dark zone.
Come on, get there. I've made any explosions yet. Well, maybe they're just me and him there. We should be good. Need to go plasma gun. Arsehole. Get with the ladders. The stairs. Come on. Yeah, at least I've got a tag this time. True, I'm talking about soloing in under 8 minutes is excessive. Glitches, runners can do it in sub 6. Yeah.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Leader Gaming. Hello, my friend. Thank you for the follow. It is very much appreciated. Good to see you watching. Or listening to me drone on and on and on and on and on. I was going to shoot, but didn't seem no point.
Incoming hostiles detected.
We've got some more. Last wave, probably. Downstairs. Maybe. Yeah. I'll see that. You just kill them through the... You fight up there, and it just killed everyone down here as well. So pisses me off.
Landmark has been cleared.
Yeah, those new... The blacklisters. Doing the good old 1 billion worth of damage. Well, shoot, did it only take 3 days? I thought it was longer than that. Maybe it's just me. Like, forgetting. But I also remember that when the PTS is on, it still had the blacklisters bugged. So... I remember bugging mine out, and it also affected your companion. So I got it so my companion could hit like for like 1 billion or something like that. And I had him go and run DUA legendary, and I didn't do no killing. I let my companion do all the killing. He still failed on the boss, mind. He failed like massively. The boss just like fucking shredded him like he was paper. Whereas if he hit him in the head instead of trying to hit him in the body, it'd have been okay. When are they introducing the PTS? The last PTS? No, because hang on, let's get this right. The blacklisters were. Okay, well, where did we get the blacklisters from again? Wasn't that a reward off the climax mission? So the climax mission was like 3 weeks before the end of the season, and the PTS was already out. I'm guessing it was the same week as the climax, was it? Or was it the week before the climax? I can't remember. Something along those lines. So when they fixed it in the main game, it was still broken, the PTS. Yeah. Right, Cheesekeeper, cheers for stopping by, mate. Much appreciated. Catch you later. If you're still there, that is. I'm just a bit slow sometimes on catching up with chat.
Now entering an invaded dog zone.
No. Has it cleared that landmark? Not that everyone went in. Yeah, cleared it. You know what it is? I might go and do this one. I'll go and do the challenging one. No one's going to do this. I'll do it myself. Yeah, PTSs are alright, to be fair. They've only got so much life in them, really. You're only really interested in the new stuff and trying it out. Once you've done that, there's not really a lot to do. They very rarely, it does happen, but I'm going to die here. They very rarely give you like new content to try out. It does happen. I mean, it happened with like Descent and stuff. I think some stuff now they're trying to keep under wraps, so they sort of like limit what, I don't know, maybe what you can see on the PTS, if I'm honest with you. Try and keep stuff a secret for when it goes live in the game, which is fair enough. You know, but at least you get to try the gear out. The new items, the new exotics.
Additional hostile contacts.
It's just difficult these days because it's like, how do you make a game this long, sorry, this old, have like new and relevant gear all the time? How are all these outside this mission? Sorry, I say mission. Landmark. You don't get them all run out of the landmark. Go back to these guys. What? Where are you be? Letting me from behind? They don't look too much lower than ours. Well, that was 163 million. There is a big difference in the damage numbers. I'll go up the range in a minute, I'll show you some damage numbers.
Hostiles detected.
Yeah, 180. Depends who you hit and what they've got. A lot of these NPCs in here have got like $250,000 to $500 million worth of health. Obviously the sniper rifle racks things off in big chunks, 192 mil there. But one of the things the sniper rifle does direct health damage. So you see how, well, if you want to see it there, I'll see if I can do it on someone else. So sometimes I kill them, I take the health away. You know, if I aim properly, that is. That's okay. I should have left that. See how? Oh, that was one shot. Doing too much damage. See how his health's gone as well. With a little bit of armor left, his health's gone. It does direct health damage. So sometimes I kill them through health. See bigger there? See how I took his health as well?
Vital signs.
I kill them through health damage than I do with armor damage. Play that. Then we'll do. We'll head over the range. I'll show you some damage numbers. Still wondering if we get the death roll. Me too, mate. Me too. They haven't. To be fair, they haven't even released the black death roll outfit in China yet. Which I'm like completely shocked at. Now, bear in mind, I think I did a video on it. Fucking hell, when was that? Oh, maybe October last year. Might even be before October. I honestly can't remember. So I'm mega surprised that that hasn't transpired yet, which is strange. But I do I think it'll probably come to our game. Maybe that's what that Flame Hunter is going to be at the end of the season. Maybe it's just going to be the black death roll outfit, and we won't get like flaming mask like the Chinese one. We'll just get like a black mask with like maybe the flame effect on the eyes, something like that. Oh, let's have a look. So with this one, what I'm going to do, I'll build some stacks first. So I'll get them. Oh no, I'm on a different one of the negotiators. Let me just change. I'm still on negotiators. Change to that. So I'll build stacks on obliterate. So I'm at max stacks. I'll switch to the sniper. Got my sniper. There's 1.5 billion to the body. Don't see that now, game, do you? And I don't need to hit headshots because the way the weapon works, I get exactly the same if it's a headshot or a body shot. 1.5 billion. Hey, that's the reason why this sniper's fucking super strong. I do have a few different setups that I use. I use this one with Companion. The reason I use this is because I've got a Guardian lying above my head somewhere. You'll see it soon. It automatically procs Companion all the time. So I always have it 100% uptime. Doesn't hit as hard as what the Obliterate one does, but I don't have to stack it. So 1.2 bill. Pretty much off the bat. Nice and easy. So a lot of the time I'll run around with this one. Or keep having to step outside to change setup. Or this one, which is exactly the same build. Like exactly the same build. But I've the chip system that we have. Oh fucking hell, I'm missing some chips. Why am I missing chips? What the fuck's happened? Oh, I need to look at that. I deleted something that I shouldn't have deleted. Anyway, I had this set up different. So this hit a lot less. 775? 745, which is obviously a lot less, but my chips are fucked up. But I had it at one point, I don't know if it still shows here, now it's less. I had it like at 95% crit chance. So I was pretty much guaranteed a crit every single time. So sometimes I run that, just because I know pretty much every shot's going to be a crit. But yeah, that's pissed me off now that some of my chips are missing. Let's have a look at that while we're here. So that's okay. So that's minus crit chance, crit damage. That's plus crit chance minus shot damage. Why is that? Yeah, they do and they don't. They've still got the 60% crit cap, but what they do, they brought these in this system in motherboard and chip system, and these allow you to go over the cap. So I'll show you a couple. It won't make any sense to you because you can't read Chinese, just like I can't read Chinese. But as an example, go down, so I'll find a few. Okay, so as an example, this one here. This one, if I plug it in, will give me plus 6% on the critical hit cap. Yeah, or crit hit chance cap. That would raise it to say 66% as an example. Obviously, it only raises the cap. I then still have to have more critical hit chance to have it higher. However, there is chips when we get to them. I'll find some. I might actually only have some plugged in. Let's go back. So like this one here, that's plus 9% critical hit chance, but I lose 94% headshot damage. A bit of a bummer. That is headshot damage. Am I getting confused with damage to health? Sometimes I do. Let me get me translation out on my phone, just so I'm not telling fucking lies. Yeah, that's headshot damage. So I lose headshot damage, but again, crit chance. So it's really a game of balance. So that one there, I lose crit chance, but again, critical hit damage. So I lose 4.8% crit chance, but again, nearly 200% critical hit damage. So it's very much like balancing them out. Like here, you've got like plus 20% damage to targets out cover, and I lose minus 12% in damage. I think that's damage to target. No, I think that's damage to elites, maybe, or it's either damage to armor, one of the two. Yeah, it's damage to elites. So I lose 12% damage to elites, but again, 20% damage to targets out of cover. So you've sort of like got to trade them all off with each other, you know. But I'll have a look at them again later, see what the crack is, see why my chips are all fucked up. Because they were all plugged in and they're not now. Which makes me wonder, do I have a problem on any of my other builds? Let me just check. Go back here. Now see they're all in. They're all plugged in. I must have done something. I perhaps deleted something and I shouldn't have. There's a few other chips in here which are of interest. So while we're on the subject of it, let me find them. Remember what they're all called. Okay, so the yellow one, this one allows me to, let's have a look, what do we do again? Yeah. So this gives me a +1. So you know the Ninja Bike talent, with the resourceful talent, this basically gives me the Ninja Bike talent. So I have a +1 on all my brand set or gear set gear at the moment. So if I want to equip a gear set, I only have to equip 3 items. So makes build diversity very, very different in our game. If I do equip a Ninja Bike with this, I only have to equip 2 items, because then I get a +2. There's also there's a few actually. Clicking on the wrong thing. This one here. This one allows me to equip 2 exotic weapons at the same time, or exotic or above. So mega handy. And there's another one which I don't have. I have, but I don't have plugged in, which allows me to equip 2 exotic gear items at the same time. But I don't really find a use for that, to be honest with you, so don't bother. Yeah, basically, yeah, you just build into it. You know, that's what these chips do. To be fair, they offer a lot of power. I think I did the math on it where I took all the chips out, and I think I took all the modules out, and I think it basically nerfed my build by like 95%. So like these are just like super strong. These are also just one of the issues why things are overpowered in this game, which is what I was trying to get into the developer's head, that the weapon, yes, some of the weapons need changing 100%, and some of the talents need changing 100%. But this is the bigger issue. This isn't just a power creep. This is like a fucking power jump, like a power pole vault. In fact, some of the numbers are pretty crazy, to be honest with you, what you can achieve. I think on this build here, what we've got, 76% crit chance, 1170% crit damage, and 900% headshot damage, which are just like crazy numbers, aren't they? Like super crazy numbers. Oh yes, that's damage for you. But even on like, the only other build I've got, the Heartbreakers one, yeah. I think the chips should be alright on this, even though I did fuck them up before. Let me have a look. Yeah, still good. Well, this one, this is the Gemini assault rifle. Below. See how long I can shoot for. Basically, when you hit certain like crits, it puts bullets back into your mag. So I only have 52 as standard. So see it going down slowly. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. So obviously that shoots a lot longer than 52 bullets. Yeah, pretty crazy. But with this one, if I build Heartbreaker stacks, as an example, we glitched it out because I've been shooting for too long. 13.5 mil for the body, 66 for the head, which is pretty good. It also has a burst fire mode. They're changing this burst fire mode, by the way. They're making it full automatic, but it's only like 600 RPM. And this does a lot more damage. 44 in the body, 132 the head. So strong, but burst fire. You know, they have cool effects as well. Got like really cool. It's got like a cool. Can't really see it properly there, but it's the SHD like sign, the bird. Looks like proper cool as fuck. And the Endless Pursuit, which is the SMG, hits a bit harder actually. It's just garbage at range, but it does hit harder at close range than the regular fully auto Gemini. So 14 mil there, 62 to the head. Is that high? I can't remember. There's a 66 on the Gemini. But yeah, pretty cool effect when you kill things as well. All like wasp poison effect. That's pretty cool. I used to use this all the time. It's my my favourite gun, to be honest with you. Oh, we'll jump out of here. What should we do? What we'll do, we'll have a walk over to 20. All Park is legendary this week, so I might as well just crack this off while we're here. I'll use the assault rifle this time instead of the sniper. Yeah, that works for me. But on legendary, even though it's like the not as how can I put it? It's one of the lesser difficulties in this game. Legendary is not the top difficulty. The snipers and mini tanks in legendary are like the crazy strong, like super strong. They pretty much one tap you. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna use the. I'm not gonna go burst fire. Just go fully auto. Switch the muzzle round. We go. You only found one burst fire gun that you're not a fan of. I don't like any burst fire guns.
Hostile radio.
Never been able to get away with them.
Sumner, sir. Division agents are attempting to breach the perimeter. Well, take care of it.
Away. I
Protect
think
the
there's another mini
asset.
tank over here
Of course,
somewhere,
sir.
maybe.
Everything under
Can't
control,
remember.
Sumner? Jones? I'm on top of it. Thanks.
Up. Where's that coming from? He's over there. Yes, they actually, funnily enough, they only just released the Eagle Bearer into the game, into the Chinese game this season. Their season started in, I'm going to say November. It might be in the end of October, beginning of November. So yeah, it's only just came into the game. I mean, don't get me wrong, no one really uses exotic weapons in this version. It's like, it's legendary or bust. But yeah, it's in. I think I've got one on me actually. Let me have a look.
Head west through
Like
the
a,
murals to the
I think it's like a level 1. Maybe a level 1 gun I've got. I haven't really, no, level 36 there is. I haven't like optimized it or upgraded its level. You can upgrade the level of the gear in here. But I think it's the same as ours. I didn't, but to be fair, I didn't even bother even translating it and having a look. But yeah, the Eagle Bearer. Yeah, oh, there's me, see me decoy. Cool, eh? I like this decoy. We should have shit like that in our game.
How's my perimeter? We secure? Working on it, sir. Don't work on it, get it done.
I don't really know why I run Heartbreaker, to be fair. Run content like this. So I'm never really having Heartbreaker stacks. It's generally Bloodsucker keep me alive, and very little.
Enemy approaching the coaster from the murals.
Use the mortars, sir.
Because I keep putting me decoy down thinking it's a Firefly. This gun doesn't really have a movement boost. You only get a movement boost in this, I think, if you're in combat, I think. You get I think it's a 15% boost. Yeah, cheese, mate. See, Sanj, you've been like top point in chat. Much appreciated, mate. Hope to catch you next time. Thanks for turning up and watching me drone on. Much appreciated. Educational, yeah. I try. Hopefully, I've made it understandable for everyone. I do try to, but I still learn stuff myself all the time. As much as sometimes I think I've got everything, I understand it all. Sometimes I don't. Boss on, yeah, immune. What have you to do with that? Need to get out them circles, I know that. Them circles fucking want at me. You have immunity yet? Come on, let's go. Yeah, cool. I'm glad you've got a better grasp of it, mate. I do try my best to educate people in some of my videos. Sometimes it doesn't translate across very well. But yeah, there's just so many things that are different here. You still play the same game, you still play the same missions. How you get to it really sometimes is a bit different.
You'll need to take them out before you can disable the launcher.
Targeting system detected.
If Isaac can patch me into the firing system, I should be able to control the mortars from here.
Connecting to targeting system.
So far, so good.
Sir, the enemy is attempting to take control of the launcher. Kill them, or I swear I'll kill you. Yes, sir.
Whatever happens, Agent, make sure Isaac completes the process. There are hostiles up ahead. Agent, I'm gonna try and clear the road for you.
Need to get away from these. Them red circles, them mortars can fucking one-tap me. Doesn't matter how much armor I've got. They can wreck me. And they don't stop on this mission. They just keep coming. Like in ours, once you clear this area, I think the mortar strikes stop. In here, it's just like, yeah, let's keep going. It doesn't matter.
I'll take out some of their defenses. Dang it, I'm out of mortars. Wish I could have been more help, Agent.
What is going on? Sir, the enemy breached the gate. Then
I see
take
this.
care of it. Yes, sir.
I mean, obviously this is supposed to be the legendary one, but still, because they don't do new localization in China, as far as I'm aware anyway, or if they do, they only do Chinese language. I'm sort of like stuck with the original language for the mission. No changes.
There's a gate ahead. If you go through it and up the ramp, you can access the ballpark from the bleachers.
Sumner, I'm hearing a lot of ruckus. Are you in control of it or not? Whenever you feel like sharing your concerns with me, don't. If you lose Chinenko, back off and let me do my job. Amateur... No. You're on Kina, I'm on the Chinenko. End of story.
That's that. Yeah, well, this goes for me. Nearly wiped here the other day.
I see you at the
Oh,
ballpark,
why?
Agent.
I just
Chinenko
fucking
is right there,
not taking
inside
any
the
notice of stuff
communication
around me.
Do not allow the division to get anywhere near the asset.
Dog. Might work for me. Maybe. There we go. That's not good. Get up in red circle. Circle vert, get out the circle. Melee. A little bit killer than I thought he was going. Who got food chungus? They can end my day if I'm not careful. Who's over there? Yeah. Boss. Do let it doggo. And yay. Happy days. Happy days. Oh. Well. What should I do? Let's have a look. What you got? Let's get out of here. If it transfers me back to DZ South on the map, has been invaded. Sorry, you're not invaded. Locked. Same thing, I suppose. Would be interesting.
Safe area detected.
Yeah,
We
south.
believe Black
Motherfucker.
Tusk's after data stored inside the vault. Maybe it was something Ellis
Well,
found while he was held in sight. Whatever it is.
There we go,
we gotta
everyone.
get in
I
there
think
and
I
make sure they
will
don't get
end
it.
the stream here. It's been a good one. Much appreciate everyone for tuning in. And until next time.